Warning. School buses. Reviews. Master of Minecraft. Ready to play every day.
Hello guys, welcome back to another bus vlog. We are on a 2-hour delay because of cold weather and the buses wouldn't start. I don't know. We are back on 10:58 as I mentioned in the last bus vlog. This yard is emptier than a crow. I say that and a bluebird comes up. That's interesting. Anyway, so we are kind of on a tight deadline. The door on this bus still doesn't work right. The hatches are still screwed up. The back door don't work. My amber pilot light still doesn't work. So I actually got I got my route slightly changed, so I've got one new stop that's slightly out of my way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave here and then go like we're going to Red Lobster because it's in that trailer park. Pick the kid up. She actually used to live in the neighborhood I normally do, but she moved to that trailer park, so I'll just pick her up first, then do that neighborhood, then go to the school, then in the afternoon I'll unload that neighborhood, then go like I'm coming back here, but then go and drop her off, and then come back here. So that's how that's going to work out from now on, I think. I know a few little shortcuts to get there faster, since we are on a tight timeline here. So I gotta quickly pre-trip this bad boy. Back door still, I'm clicking it, it don't open. It's messed up. Stop signs are good. Stop signs are good. Good. Alright, so we have to be there by like 10:30 or something like that. So we are on a tight timeline. So this is probably the fastest pre-trip I've ever done. Still gotta release the parking brake twice to get it to actually release. So we are going to go ahead and get on with the route. Our 2-hour delayed morning route. So now what I'm going to do... Really? There's 981. Yes, they did fix the drivetrain in this bus, so it drives a lot faster now, which, not that you need it to speed in a school bus, but, you know, it's good to have that power, you know, because especially these buses climbing up a hill, oh my lord. This bus was, that day it broke down on me, when the turbo started acting up, I was trying to actually get back to the Red Lobster one time for something else. It just barely climbed up that hill. Oh my lord, it struggled. There we go. I was gonna say lights, please. The electrical issue on this bus has pertained to now mainly the instrument cluster acting up. It like freezes up randomly because it's all that stupid multiplex wiring. Alright, we treat this light, we have to treat this intersection as a 4-way stop because this light's been froze up for like the past 2 months. I don't know when they'll ever fix that. They probably never will. So I just looked it up in our on our route sheet, our updated one for this morning. We're supposed to be at the school by 10:15. So I might be kind of late. If I am a little late, I will let the dispatchers know. I'm on standby though right now because I don't know how this is gonna go. So now this little shortcut here if we make a left, so I'm not going to go all the way down there. I'm going to make a left here. Actually, no, I'm not. That is the daycare. I thought there's a shortcut somewhere here where I can turn left, but I think it's... it's not where I think it is. Unless you turn into the daycare, and I don't know. It's somewhere there. I'll have to come later in the day and drive down here and find it, but... Basically, where that Red Lobster is, like, if you go left up there, it should cut out right down there where that gas station is. But I'll have to go back out that way and see. I'll probably go back out that way and just instead. And then knowing me, I'll get lost. So, let's get in here. Come on. So, she actually lives in this trailer down here on a hill. This one. Gotta do that. My brake didn't set like it should have. There it goes. Yeah, I had to set the brake again. My parking brake didn't set like it should have. Gotta talk to the parent real quick. Hold on. Okay, I just finished talking with the parent. We're just trying to verify the times that I'm supposed to be here and all that, and when she should be out here and everything. And I was giving her a copy of the times or whatever, like that she's supposed to be out here and all. So anyway, now we gotta come back up this lovely bumpy hill, which conveniently is just one big loop around. So now that I was joking with the parent, I said, well, now she'll know if I'm running late, because when I loop up here, and if I stop here, she'll know I've already passed the house. She got a good laugh out of that. Come on, up the hill. There you go. Turn the dome lights off for now. I'll put the heater on a little bit. So now, if my backlogging idea of this shortcut is going to work, well, this not really going to work right now because the light's red. Yeah, let me let my dispatcher know I'm going to be late. 10:58 to Station 1. Hey, I'm going to be a few minutes late to the high school because of the route change I had. 10-4, thank you very much. Just letting my dispatcher know, my very nice dispatcher, that I was going to be a few minutes late to the high school. And inevitably, I'll probably only be 30 seconds late. That's typically how that works. So this road, let me see, where it comes out, I think might be where that daycare is, or it's close to that daycare. So let me see. Because where this road comes out, windy. So this road, yep, comes out right where I thought it did. So it's actually, I passed it, actually. So it's actually right there as you make the turn. That's because, so that's when I was, where the daycare was, it's actually before that daycare. So I'll probably just start going up that way. That's the little shortcut. Then it also kind of avoids me having to make that right turn where that stop sign is while there's traffic, because I know traffic there gets backed up like crazy. Oh, did I say this red light was... yeah. See, I'm losing it today, y'all. I was going to say, this light's been green, but it's a four-way stop. I'm crazy. I'm losing it. Like I said, I don't have any brain cells. It's Monday. I'm ready for it to be Friday. I have maybe 4 brain cells, and they're all getting devoted to operating this bus. And right now, only 2 of them are actually doing that. Yeah, we put, like, 5 of us have put a ticket in for that light back there. I don't think we put a ticket in for that other light yet. Or that might be the light that was screwed up, I don't know. We put tickets in for these lights that don't work, and it takes them months to get them fixed. I don't know why, it's ridiculous. Let's see how this light's gonna be. This light seems to be working normally. Come on. Now you're going to do the right turn. Lord Jesus. I'll be sitting here all day waiting for these lights to turn green. I swear, I need one of those things that they have on the fire trucks where they, like, you can just push a button and the lights turn green. Now they're getting the green light. Goodness gracious. I was about to run that light, but a higher power had other plans, thankfully. Yeah, if I were actually to run that light, I'd get in very big trouble. Don't run the light. It's not worth it. Of course, now that light's... I'm just getting all the red lights. Goodness gracious. Wonder how I'm going to tell that to my dispatcher. Yeah, I'm about 20 minutes late because I kept getting stopped by red lights. Yeah. Believable story. Tell you what, I'm having to hold my foot on this brake. My foot's getting tired of holding this brake. Because I was trying to flick the one of the defrosters on. I was like, why ain't the defrost coming on? I remember I had the noise suppression set. So now, roughly a few minutes later, we are going to now begin this route. So the reason... So typically if I were to leave on schedule to pick up this route, I would, you know, be leaving and then I would pick up the other kid and then get here roughly 30 minutes later. Or 15, 20 minutes later. So the reason I have to leave earlier is so I can get that kid, and then that way I don't have the entire rest of the route get affected and have their time switched, because just one kid getting out into a route at the beginning can affect the whole route. So that's the reason I decided to leave earlier, and it only boosts these kids up to about they leave about maybe 5 or so minutes later than they normally do. So that there's there's that to consider. But all in all, it works out. At least in this scenario, it worked out. Engine brake kicked in, I wasn't even going down a hill. They must have really known what they were doing when they fixed this bus. Either that or somebody was screwing with the settings and turning engine brake intensity all the way up to full. I don't know why they don't have a stop sign at these three-way stops in these residential neighborhoods. They need them. Yeah, I'm gonna be very late. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my dispatcher to get the kids that are on the other side of this street, and then my transfer. 1058 to Station 1, Rhonda. Hey, so I'm gonna be a little bit later than I should have been. Can I get a bus to pick up my kids at and 10-4, thank you. Did I not? What was that gonna do? Arm, maybe? There we go. I honestly can't remember if I already did this stop or not. Nobody came out, so we're gonna go. Yeah. That radio drives me nuts. So, basically, the kids that are further up that railway track are gonna get picked up by another bus, which is just about a minute away. It was actually that bus that y'all saw driving back there. He's gonna be the one getting them, so that I can get the rest of these kids to school and not have to put time on all the other kids. So what I'm gonna do, and then I just gotta get one kid up here, and then the transfer route he's gonna do, because my transfer route driver was out for some reason this morning. So today's not typically my transfer day, but because he was out, I had to pick up that load and his load. So this bus would have been fuller than it should have been. So this kind of works out. Yeah, we're kind of running crazy. Basically, we're all running around with like a chickens with our heads cut off, but with buses, because we're all trying to get our routes because we're running later than we should be. Well, I'm running way later than I should be. I should have been at the school at 10:15. It's 10:38. But anyway, we're here at the school now, finally. So we are going to, or I'm going to unload these kids, and then we are going to head back to the yard, and then come back here unusually sooner, or what'll feel like sooner, so that I can pick them up and take them all back home. And just so I don't make this a 3-hour production, I'm just going to film the morning route. I don't typically film the morning and the afternoon routes in one video, but I considered it one time, but I have to kind of see, because that could be like a 3-hour video that my computer nor YouTube can handle. Alright, y'all have a good day, guys. Alright, we have successfully unloaded all of my 35 short sticky idiots. No, I'm just joking. Turn the heater off now that nobody's on board. Yeah, that cloud, it really looks like it wants to do something right there. Alright, let's get back to the yard and park this bad boy. I've already used up half my fuel here. Hopefully we ain't got no crazy driver shenanigans at the yard. We probably do. Well, he's running later than I am. He's just now starting to unload at the school. Good gracious. I thought I was the last bus to get to the school, but nope, I was wrong. I think that's because his bus decided that today would be the perfect day to break down. That's why he had to get a CE. He's on spare, because I couldn't tell what the number was, but I think his bus broke down. Because I heard over the radio earlier that I heard some commotion going on about bus 1065 or the bus 1061 broke down or something like that. I didn't remember the exact number. I don't even think we have a 1065, but I heard something with one of our C2s broke down. And I think that's him. He's just now getting to the school. But they're still, like, loading up at 3:25 to do the afternoon route. I don't know why they couldn't have just had a digital day today. That way we're not, you know, we're not all running around like chickens with our heads cut off here. Thank God I don't have to do the elementary route. If I had to do the elementary route, I'd be, like, probably would not have even started the middle school, I mean the high school route yet. I used to have the middle school route, but now I just have a high school route. So a bunch of drivers are already back at the yard. I'm not going to worry about fuel right now. I just realized we skip a 926. It's like it goes 925, 927. It skips, I think. I have to go back and look. I don't know why some of these bus numbers on the ground are white, some of them are black. I guess some of them are newer than others. 972, I think, had a white one. Well, it has a black one, but it used to have a white one. But this yard's gotten redone. The parking lot's gotten redone, so they've resurfaced some of the parking lot. So they probably redid some of the numbers. I know they've replaced, like they've, like where 972 used to park, it used to park like way over there. Now it parks right, like adjacent behind me. And then we didn't even have a spot for 1058. Or we did, but it was like, it wasn't like an official spot. Because I don't think we'd even gotten 1058 yet. Because we've only, this is like the third year we've had this bus now. Second year. And I mean like school year, like school like years, like second, third school year we've had this bus. Or we've had our C2 batch. Alright, low idle, lights are off, off. Dome lights are off. Everything's off, heaters are off. That's off. Parking brake is set, low idle, and go to sleep. Yes, my child... phone fell. My child check is still messed up, so I have to do this. I have to, like, check the seats. Those of you that are literally missing the beat. Beep! There you go. Back door still don't work. Well, I should be clear. The child checkmate works, but for some reason, like, it still, like, stops and goes off. But the lights don't flash and the beeper broke for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if someone's been in here messing with wires and broke something, I don't know. Crap, for all I know, the fuse could have blown. I'm not gonna get under there and find it. Our fuse panel's like up under. This is the stupidest. Okay, this is the battery door, but the fuse panel on this bus. Typically on the Bluebirds, they're up here. On the C2s, they're down here. On this bus, guess where the fuse panel's at? Under the stinking bus. Yeah, they decided, let's put a fuse panel under the daggum bus. And then I have another fuse panel up above that door. And I've got another one under this dash. There's 3 fuse panels in this bus. And one of them is up under the stinking bus. Like, you have to put the bus on a lift, go up under the bus, and there's a little access door. It's just, why? And I think there's a tiny little circuit board in there with the batteries for, like, little circuit breakers. But that's nothing, that's not like, you know, for the whole, that's just for like the, just like stuff with the battery, like the radio and the 8-ways and all that stuff. Well, part of the 8-ways. And then that God-ridden multiplex wiring is one of the little fuses that are inside of that battery box. God, I swear, if that multiplex wiring went wired up to almost everything on my bus, I would rip that sucker out. So let's see, let's go down. 929, 928, 927. Yep, it skips. 925, 927. 922. Yep, it skips. So it goes 925, 927. So there should be 926. Then it goes 920, 929, and then skips all the way up to 1058, then 1060, 1061. That's the bus that broke down, I think. 1062, 1063, 1064, 1066, and then 1067. So I don't think we have a 65. So yeah, the numbering system at this bus shop is kind of weird, but we roll with it. Oh, and for those of you that are wondering what this is for a grid heater inside the engine. Basically, you take a dryer plug, I guess. Well, I don't know. I've never had to use it. I don't know if it's I don't think it's a 240. It looks like a dryer plug, but it's not. But it's like a little. I've never seen the plug. I've never had to use it, but they take this like plug and they plug it in down there, and then it's supposed to like, I guess, if the bus's intake heater doesn't work, you're supposed to be able to plug that in, and then there's like a grid heater in the engine that it'll heat the engine up. And of course they decided to put a stinking fuse on that too. So I've never used that. I've never had to use it. I've always just relied on my intake heater and just cycled it whenever I needed to. But hopefully I'll never have to use that down there. But I don't know. I've never had to use that before, so I don't know. You know, if you gotta, I don't know how they do that. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. See you guys in the next bus vlog. Peace.